What are some of the things that you can learn while traveling the world? Let's talk about it. Yo guys, what's up? It's your boy Jesse coming to you today with another video. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about traveling and some of the things that I've learned while traveling. I hope you all having a great day. It's a beautiful morning here in the Philippines. As you can see, I'm in my yard again, backyard, just enjoying the sunrise. I'm a sunrise kind of guy. I don't like sunset as much because I don't like it getting dark. You can hear in the background there's some noise going on. I think that's because it's Holy Week and there's a church service going on right now. That doesn't bother me as much as the music does when they're playing loud music. I tend to take my Catholic faith pretty serious. So let's get into today's topic. I've traveled to a few countries. I haven't been to a lot of places. I've traveled to quite a few states in America as well, especially while being in the military. I've been to Italy, I've been to Philippines, Taiwan, Japan, China, Germany, and the Philippines, of course. And in the USA, I've been to several different states. I can't even name them all off the top of my head. And I've learned quite a few things through my travels. I've learned good life lessons, things that I will keep with me forever. And these are some of the things I think that all of you guys can learn as well if you travel. But I want to specifically focus on my travel here in the Philippines. I don't know why I was having a tongue twister there. My travel here in the Philippines. That's what I want to focus on because that's where I'm at right now. That's where I've spent most of my time outside of the USA, has been here in the Philippines. So let's get into it. What's one of the big things that you learn while traveling? You learn how to be adaptable. Things are not going to be the same as from whatever country you live in. You have to become adaptable. You have to learn the different customs and cultures of whatever country or place that you are visiting. You have to be able to adapt to that and change your own perspective, change your own way of living or being in order to fully embrace whatever culture and country that you're going to. This unfortunately is what happened to Vitaly. One of the things he could not do is adapt to being in the Philippines. He thought that he could just be in any other country and do stupid stuff, and well, it costed him for good reason. It costed him. He shouldn't have acted the way he did. You've got to learn how to be adaptable, and if that's something that you're going to have trouble with, I'd highly recommend to maybe not travel or seriously consider where you're traveling, because adaptability is an absolute must. And if you don't learn it, you'll end up doing something stupid like how Vitaly did, and he's going to prison for a long time. Again, for good reason. He would not adapt to the proper customs that he should have adapted to. But if you're able to learn and grow, you can learn how to become more adaptable. You can grow into it. It's not that hard, guys. I mean, it's really not. Just talk to the local people, see what's going on, see how things are, and act like that, be like that. Just, I hate the phrase common sense, but pretty much what it is, you know. If you're going to another country, adapt to their way of being, and that's one of the things travel helps you do. It helps you learn how to adapt. Another thing that I learned while traveling is how to have empathy for other people. Growing up in the USA, even though I was very, very, very poor, I grew up well below poverty standard. There were nights where we didn't have food, didn't have electricity, didn't have heat, didn't have water. Sometimes all of those, didn't have all of them. The only constant thing we had was a home overhead, and that was constantly changing because my parents would use any money they had and not pay their rent or whatever. But I still had it relatively good compared to some people in other countries, even people who are trying to do good. You gain a lot of empathy for other cultures and other nations and other people when you travel, because you see that the whole world is not like what it's like where you are. People are trying to live the best they can with what they got, but sometimes they don't have a lot. Sometimes they don't have anything at all. And so you kind of learn to develop that empathy for others. It's hard for me because it hurts me so much when I see kids going through a hard time. Because I remember when I was a kid and I went through a hard time, it takes a toll on your mental health. It really messes with you. And so it's one of those things that as you travel and you see more people going through harder times than you could ever imagine, you start to gain that empathy for them. You start to feel, and when I say empathy, I don't mean you feel bad for them. You get to the point where them hurting hurts you. You can feel their pain, and I tend to have that a lot when it comes to homeless people and really skinny people, and who obviously haven't eaten, and especially children, and even animals. I have it for animals even. I have a rough time with that kind of pain that they're going through. For some reason, it's hard on me. I can't explain it. I think most people have the capacity to have that kind of empathy. So if you know, you know. But traveling helps develop that as well, because you will see things that you would not imagine seeing in your own country. And another thing that you will learn while traveling is that traveling is a comfort zone killer. It's going to kill your comfort zone. You've got to get ready for that. If you want to travel, be prepared to have your comfort zone demolished. I've told you guys some of the things that I've had to adapt to here in the Philippines that's really broken through my comfort zone. I remember the first time I came to the Philippines, I was absolutely terrified. Thank goodness my fiance was there, and she was at the airport waiting for me. Thank goodness for that. But I was still very nervous. There's a lot that happens that you're not going to be comfortable with, because you're not going to know what to say. You're not going to know what to do. You're not going to know, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Let it be. Let it happen. Let yourself feel that. Go through it and enjoy it. It spikes my anxiety when as that happens, but I find enjoyment in it. It's exciting and it's fun, because you can't just do the same thing that you've always done. You can't handle things the same way you would if you were back in your home country. And so be prepared for that too. You will learn. If you have not been traveling yet, be prepared to learn how to get out of your comfort zone. It's going to happen, especially if you go to a country that's completely different than your own country. And Philippines, it's not as different as Japan or Korea, but it's still quite a bit different than America. And I still have to break my comfort zone from time to time, especially if my fiance's sick and I need to go get food, and I've got to break my comfort zone on talking to people who may not be able to understand me, and I may not be able to understand them as much. But it's gotten a lot better, and it's fun. That also does something to your brain. It makes your brain, well, this goes along with the adaptability too. It makes your brain more elastic. It helps your brain grow and keeps your brain from getting old, basically. It's like learning. Also, another thing that I've learned while traveling is that these last two are very personal, is that time is much more precious than money. Time is a lot more precious than money. You will learn that while traveling. It's the small moments that you have with with people or with yourself traveling and exploring. It's those small moments that you'll end up enjoying that time, and no amount of money can take that away. I can say for me, the best moments I've had here in the Philippines, the moments that I remember the most, have been the moments where I've just been with my fiance and her family at their house. It's not a big grand house, there's no air con. It can get hot. We spend very little money, just enough to buy food and to buy drinks, and we have a microphone, we do videoke. Those are the times I remember the most. You know, I've been to Boracay, I've been to Manila, we're going to some other places in the future. Been to Calibo, and actually in Calibo, at the fiesta there, we didn't spend much money there either. The most expensive thing I got was a little, can't remember what that thing's called. You will learn that cherishing the moment is a lot more valuable and important than cherishing the money. That's actually one of the things I've learned, that there's a big difference between rich people and poor people. Rich people trade money for time, and poor people trade time for money. Because poor people are chasing money, so they give up their time for that. Rich people don't have a lot of time, they're chasing the time, so they give up money by hiring more people and things like that to deal with their issues, so they have more time to do something else. But you will also learn that most people in life, and that's in the end, it's the time that matters and it's not the money. It's just hard to get to that point where you can say, alright, I have enough money where I can get my time back. It's hard to get to that point. And then finally, guys, the last thing, probably the most important and the most personal to me, and that is that home is not a place that you live in. Home is a feeling. I can travel to all these countries I've been to and all the states I've been to, and I can feel at home at all of them, or I can maybe not feel at home at all of them. I feel very much at home here in the Philippines. The people here, they're great people. They're amazing people. They're happy people. They're constantly making me feel like I am a Filipino. Most of them don't see me any different than anyone else. You know, of course I get the random stares sometimes because I'm in the province, and people are kind of amazed, but for the most part, most people don't see that. And I love that about the Philippines. I feel at home here. It has a place in my heart that I'll never find. I know I will never find another country that will make me feel more welcome and more at home than here. And that's actually why I did videos on what Vitaly did, because it made me so angry, because I know how good and nice and kind the Filipino people are. There you go, guys. Those are the top 5 things that I've learned while traveling. I know some of it's kind of esoteric. It's not like time management, things like that, but it comes more from my heart. These are things that I've learned, that I've kept in my heart, and that I will share to you, so that when you travel, you'll see how different it is. And I hope you travel. I hope each and every one of you are able to travel more and experience that, because it's a great feeling. It makes you feel like you're growing. No matter how old you are, you're constantly growing and changing and evolving to become a better person, because you learn so much from other places. Alright, guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, you know what to do. Leave them in the comment section below. Hit that like and subscribe button. Know that you are valuable and that you matter. God bless and peace.